Relationships are what makes the difference. So we would want to see teachers that are getting down to a child's level, that are sensitive and responsive to children, that their interactions are respectful of children, so they wait for a child to finish their sentence. They talk to children as if they're important people, that they are. They acknowledge children's rights. So if I'm walking into an early childhood setting, that's the first thing I want to see. I want to see teachers that are engaged with children. If I could walk into a service and maybe have one, maybe two children who were a bit curious about who I was, I knew this was a good service. If I had 5, 10, 15 children run over to me, I'd go, why are these children more interested in me and not the activities that are around? So that gave me a good indication, because if children are engaged in play and enjoying what they're doing, then they're not interested particularly in the new adult, the novelty. We recognise play as the work of children. And so in the early childhood setting, it doesn't tend to be rote learning or more formal worksheets or anything like that. So education is an important component of looking at what are the children learning in this early childhood environment. So we want to, when we're thinking about a good quality service, we're looking at that balance between care and education, or care and learning. The other thing is cleanliness and chaos. So I think that order is not necessarily a good thing in an early childhood setting. Early childhood settings tend to be quite chaotic, and I think for some parents that can be a little bit off-putting. What is going on here? It's not your rows that you saw at school. There is a lot going on, and children have this wonderful ability to make a very beautifully set up room absolute chaos in like a mini cyclone's gone through it in a very short amount of time. So I think that a little bit of chaos is a good thing. It means that the children are engaging with the experiences. They're trying out new things. They're getting their hands on their learning, and that's what's important. Maybe you want to go at a meal time so that you can see, are the meals nutritious? You might ask who is planning the meals. What happens if my child doesn't like the food, or my child has an allergy? I think that's also a really important thing. I think it's also important to ask about the training of the staff. What we know from the research is that well-trained, university-trained staff make a difference. So in an early childhood setting, you would expect to have university-trained staff, diploma, so vet qualification staff as well. You'd want a mixture of, say, more mature staff members and maybe younger staff members that look like they like each other. They're talking to each other. They have a rapport. I think that's really important. And that those staff ratios are meeting requirements, if not exceeding requirements.